So Brian Stelter is talking about how Trump is going after journalists. Okay, well, that's no different than any other Democrat or Republican politician or president. To which he gets challenged. But didn't Obama spy on journalists? Why, yes, he did. Hey, liberals. Turns out Barack Obama gave a phone call to a guy named Commissar Hans to spy on people. Political police. Commissar Hans here to spy on you. And to which Brian Stelter says, no administration is perfect. Oh, it's okay to be spied in on. Everybody, shut up. Don't worry about being spied in on. Just follow orders and comply. Hey, journalists are being spied in on by both Democrat presidents and Republican presidents, past and present. But no administration is perfect. It's only okay when a Democrat does it. It's only okay when the jackboot of censorship happens, when a Democrat does it, because, hey, listen, sometimes some speech is very scary. Now, of course, be clear. You know, Trump did play a role in opening the door. That's right, Trumpers. Got to talk about your boy Trump. He exploded the door open by going after Julian Assange, okay? I'm sorry, but not sorry. It is what it is, and it was a dumb thing that your boy did. And if he didn't do it on purpose and he got tricked or coerced into it, well, he got played like a little puppet. But let's hear from our friends at CNN about why no administration is perfect. Take it away, Brian. Lead the way, honey child.
Doing journalism that he does not like.
But we look at it, and
didn't Obama spy on a journalist?
But Ryan, it's in Ryan, it's in all caps, and it seems funny, it seems wild, so people sometimes dismiss it, even though it's very serious.
But Brian, didn't Obama spy
no
on a
administration
journalist?
is perfect.
No administration is perfect. So guys, it's only okay when a liberal does it. So when Clinton and Obama and Hillary Clinton and Biden and Kamala are looking in on you, it's okay. They're trying to protect the people. They're only trying to protect the people. You know, just to trigger some people. Just don't forget, Trump used to donate to Democrats and was good friends with the Clintons. I'm just a saying.
What? No, I don't think that. I do not believe that Donald Trump did what Barack Obama did.
The Trump administration put Reality Winner behind bars for leaking to The Intercept. Every administration is guilty of some of this.
Okay,
but the Trump
that's not the same thing.
Donald Trump has threatened every major media company in the United States.
He hasn't threatened Hard Lens Media. You want to know why? Because Trump knows that we're just too strong. Those guys at Hard Lens Media, they're just too crazy. They're too strong. This guy Kit wants to rule the world. He's got a lot of clones. Leave him alone.
Including Fox.
Wait, but Ryan, okay. All right. Let's call it what you say. I think Brian's point is Trump is saying he wants to take an entire news organization off the air because he doesn't like an interview that they conducted.
He doesn't like the editing.
Can't you just, like, in the real world, acknowledge that's bad?
I would say.
Yeah, but Trump's never going to do it. Okay? Trump's just he's bullshitting, okay? He's bullshitting you. All right? Now, I've seen independent media get censored a lot. You know, when Biden got into office, boy, oh boy, did that jackboot of censorship not only crush our necks, but kick us in the groin, gut check us, and everything else in between. I saw a lot of good channels lose their monetization, get deleted, terminated, shadow banned. And boy, oh boy, was Hard Lens Media in that Royal Rumble. Yeah, it's been happening under Democrats. No one talks about what happened in independent media.
Say that Donald Trump should get a diary instead of Truth Social. That's my opinion. That is.
There we are. Now
sometimes you do need a diary.
I just have to point out, you didn't answer my question.
No, because I don't think it's a serious thing. It's what we talked about last time: literal versus figurative. I don't think anyone really thinks he's going to take CBS off the air.
I mean, what about the race?
That doesn't mean he's not going to try.
How is he going to try? How is he going to? Is he going to have?
By appointing an FCC chair who will do it. But what about the racism? That's where we started. What about the racism? What about the racism today about Springfield, Ohio, saying they're eating other unspecified animals?
Is it racist that, like, Janet Jackson said she wasn't really black?
Yeah, but don't flip it
I just want to know. Is it racist?
Yeah, what? Hey, yeah, Janet Jackson. Well, actually, Janet Jackson's got a lot of reason to go after Kamala for many reasons. All right. It was personal. So you know what? I don't usually like siding with celebrities, but I kind of found it funny when Janet Jackson said that Kamala's not black.
Because she did say that. She did say that.
Barack
She did say
Obama,
that.
is this with Janet Jackson? Like, he's asking you a
No,
question.
I'm asking a real
Is it-
question.
no,
Is
you're
she-
not.
Yes,
You're
I am.
answering his question with a question. What he's saying is it not crazy that he can just say racist things, make up
And don't forget when Biden said, if you don't vote for me, then you ain't black. How convenient you forgot that, CNN.
things about cats and dogs, say whatever he wants on the air, and it doesn't matter. And you flip it around. What about Janet Jackson?
Is it,
Like,
is
what
it
are you
racist
talking
that
about,
she
man?
asked the same question?
But that's not the question.
Well, why is it not the question?
So to the point
Because
about
Donald Trump is running for president,
Right.
right? Janet Jackson's not running for president. All these other people you're mentioning, Donald Trump is
This
the
is
one
what-
running for president,
Right.
and we need to take this man and the things he says seriously. And the things he's saying are, I'm going to take people off the air that I don't agree with. I'm going to go after my political enemies. I'm going to do these terrible things, and we have to take.
Mousef, Brian Stelter looks like Leonard Palmer when he smiles, Bob. That's being mean. Body positivity in this channel. Where did my audience learn to be so mean? I know I didn't teach you guys this. I know I didn't.
These
did Hillary
terrible
Clinton,
things.
Did,
You're
did
doing
Hillary,
it again.
No.
Don't
did
do
Hillary
it again.
Clinton go
Don't
to
do it
jail?
again.
Did Hillary Clinton go to jail? Because he
Well,
promised he was going to send her to jail, and then he never did.
This is
Hold
what
on.
you
All
do.
right.
Like,
Hold on.
This is what
Exhausting,
this is what Trump does to
Exhausting.
all of us, though. This
It's
is
exhausting.
what he's done to the country.
I mean, if any,
No, Trump hasn't done it. It's always been here. It's always been an epic disaster, okay? Donald Trump, he's nothing new. We've all run into a person like Trump in our lifetime. It ain't nothing new. Look at Brian with that smug face. It's fine when it's only fine when a Democrat does it, because never forget, folks, he's only saying that it's just okay. It's just a-okay. That no administration's perfect, but Trump, he's bad. He's really bad.
anything, the show is a little bit of a microcosm of the country. But
Yeah, it is,
I just have to say, Ryan,
Speak for yourselves. You guys are rich. And you know what? I'm so glad your pay raises aren't getting raised up. I'm so glad all of you might be getting fired. It's great. And may CNN burn. HBO Max, what were you thinking putting these people in your portfolio? CNN, of all things, stupid.
you know that there is a lot of reporting of Trump both attempting and succeeding to direct his government to go after his political enemies. You know that that is true, right?
Which political enemies did he get arrested?
He tried. He literally.
Which one? I
He's
really want to know.
talking- he's
Which one did
talking
he get
about-
arrested?
No.
Getting
Okay.
Adam Schiff
It's-
arrested once he gets back into office.
I'm not. I
Shifty
didn't.
Schiff.
I
He's
get
going to get
that,
him
but-
arrested.
But you also don't.
I
You don't
get
put
that,
words,
but he said that Hillary Clinton go to jail, and she didn't.
Ryan,
So
don't put words in my mouth. I didn't
I'm
say
not.
that he got her arrested.
I asked a question.
Obviously,
yeah.
I said that he attempted to use the government against his political enemies. That is true. And so the idea that he says things and then doesn't try to do them is not borne out by facts.
Okay.
He says things and then often tries to do them.
Two things. One, the blovicating. I think that people sit there and say, all right, normal people are like, I don't care. Trump's annoying, but I like his policies, and that's fine. The second thing is that a lot of presidents went for their political enemies using the government. Trump did not get anyone. I mean, that's the truth. Obama used the.
Well, there was a person named Julian Assange who begs to differ. Yeah, can't forget that. Yeah, that's what helped kick off in this whole censorship thing to 11.
IRS against his political enemies. That did happen. But he did.
No,
That
no,
is
no,
yes,
I'm
he
just trying to
did.
figure
Okay,
out
yes,
why you're
where-
so comfortable in the
Ryan,
guardrails
Trump
around
did it
somebody
for
that tried to
years
overturn an
against
election
many
result.
opponents.
Okay.
Like, how do you feel so confident in
Also,
what this
okay,
man will do?
Because he was president already,
guys,
and it didn't
I
happen.
want to get some other things in, but again, Ryan, please. Barack Obama.
This is how liberals want to talk down to you. They want to make you feel guilty about having a different opinion. Now, look, Trump is no savior. He ain't no saint. But listen, the system was corrupt from the very beginning. As CNN says, it's a microcosm of the country. It's a microcosm for the sociopathic neoliberal establishment that has taken away our jobs, taken away the ability to own a home, taken away or trying to take away our ability for free speech, trying to silence and suppress us, all the while exposing us to dangerous chemicals, dangerous entities, as well as leading us to World War III. Yeah, it's a microcosm, all right. It's a microcosm to insanity. That's GR, CNN. And I'm so glad you guys are losing viewership. I just want you guys to burn.
was you have no evidence that Barack Obama directly asked the IRS to go after any political enemy.
They just happened to.
You have no evidence that Barack Obama was involved in that. You have to acknowledge that because
I
don't.
don't. They did though. I don't.
You said
I don't
Barack
have evidence,
Obama
but they
used
did.
the IRS to go after
His administration.
his political enemies.
His administration. did
That's
at the
false.
time.
But we're going to move on. We're going to move on because I want.
By the way, I just got another email from the Kamala Harris campaign from Tim Waltz and Kamala Harris. So I'm special. I get special emails. We won't mince words. NBC just published a deeply concerning poll result for our campaign. Donald Trump has gained 5 points against Vice President Harris. You know our future rides on winning this election, so we're asking you to pitch in a few bucks for our campaign's final fundraising deadline. You asking me for $5? You want a whole Abraham Lincoln, not a shiny penny? You want a $5 Abraham Lincoln? I got a Lincoln log for you. How's that sound? Asking me for money. It's not my fault that you guys suck and that you're losing 5 points. But hey, listen, it's not my fault. It ain't my fault. Hey, if you guys are losing, start fighting harder and stop you complaining. Oh no, you're 5 points ahead. 5 points ahead of us. Oh, big whip and oop. I don't care. But let's talk more a little bit about the censorship because never forget, at one point in time, CNN was also on board for silencing the Hunter Biden laptop story, which, by the way, if it wasn't censored, it could be theorized that possibly it could have weighed in more of a favor for Donald Trump during that election cycle.
There is no proof that tech companies colluded to do this. This is nonsense, and he knows.
No proof. Of course, because CNN's going to say there was no proof. Remember your experts saying that story was fake?
No, I'm sorry.
There was a
quill
major
Frank on you here on tech.
institutional effort.
No, there
to
was
suppress that
absolutely.
story.
Listen,
Come
I
on.
have been one of the biggest critics of tech. This is nonsense. Absolutely nonsense. And when
Oh, it was nonsense. Hey, folks, listen, CNN says it was nonsense. Listen, I know we're dealing with a lot of stuff. We're bombarded with so many videos and commentary and everything else. But just reignite your brain cells, my lovelies. Come on, use your brain cells. Do you remember when you tried to post a Hunter Biden laptop story on Twitter or on Facebook and it couldn't get posted or you got banned or you got locked out? Type 1 for, no, that never happened. You could share information freely. Type 2, yeah, I remember that. I remember that story being suppressed, and I remember me trying to post about it, and I couldn't. I wonder how many 2s will come in the chat. See, CNN, this is why you're losing people. Why you're losing viewers, because no one respects you, because you don't do the news anymore.
he just sort of discounts, the court cases, dozens
Was
and
the
dozens
New York
of
Post
them.
thrown off Twitter?
They were, and then they Scott. Let me try again to explain to you what actually happened.
She's
They
done
made a
actual
mistake.
reporting on
I
this.
I
actually
know,
did.
and I
She did some actual reporting on this, and I know because I'm smart. I'm at CNN.
Let me
lived through
just
it
say,
too. They
and guess
threw
what?
the New York Post
And
and the story
Scott,
off Twitter.
Scott,
Let's let
Scott,
Kara finish because
literally
she's
don't know
actually
what you're
done.
talking
I mean,
about,
she's
so
done
it's
the work.
really hard to deal with you.
You would
It's-
insult me? Go ahead.
No,
I'll laugh through it.
I'm not insulting you. I don't know why you keep repeating things that aren't true.
Did they
ma-
get thrown off Twitter?
They
It's
did,
true.
and then they said that we made a mistake, and they put them right back
That
on,
was after the
just like
election.
CNN does, just like the New York Times does. It wasn't after the election; it was during the time, and they switched Jack Dorsey's switch. So I think what the issue is you think Twitter is the government. You think Twitter is running things, and there's not this wide collusion. But J.D. Vance knows that because he's worked in tech. He knows there is no such thing as big tech. There are big tech companies. They do not collude on this
That's
issue.
fair
But
enough.
what
Oh, I didn't get that memo. You know, when we've been censored, you know what big tech? Oh, yeah, we made a mistake. Sorry. It sucks, man. Really, folks, my lovelies, it does suck. But listen, you could smell their panic because I promised you guys a super show today. Listen, as you're going to work or eating your breakfast or having a delicious bagel or any other kind of nice bread made by our wonderful White House counselor, Wendy Carballo. That's right, making the best bread ever. Shout out to Wendy. As you're eating your delicious breakfast or as you're listening to the road, smell the fear. Smell the fear that MSNBC, they're trying to hype up this fear because Donnie Deutsch, and Al Sharpton worried that if Trump is elected, they'll be put on a list. You are on the list by Commissar Hans and thrown in jail. This is what corporate media does. They're projecting these fears and putting into the minds of liberals. There are so many serious people that I know that when they listen to this news, they think, oh no, I'll be thrown in jail. No, you are not going to jail. You're not cool to go to jail, okay? There. No, here. Donnie Douchebag. Mika, blink twice if you need help.
You know, I talk, as we all talk to a lot of people who vote for Trump, and I say to them, and I still can't sort of figure out, do they not believe it or do they not care? Do they not understand that our freedom is on the line? Do they not get that?
Freedom is on the line. This is the most important. Say the line, Bart. This is the most important election of our lifetime. Yay! I told you I'm in a good mood today.
Or do they just not care? Do they take freedom for granted at this point? You know, when you hear a Mark Milley, a man who has served this country, a great man, Joint Chiefs of Staff, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, literally say, who's been in the room with him and say he is a fascist to the core.
No, he's not. You know what? This is just reinforcing me to tell my audience to vote third party and independent more. So please, folks, I know a lot of you are burnt out by electoral politics. So if you are not going to vote, that's fine. But if you live in a state that has ballot initiatives, then at least vote for the good ballot initiatives and then vote against the bad ballot initiatives. You don't have to vote for a candidate. But listen, either if you don't want to vote, that's fine. If you do want to vote, vote third party, independent. Just do it just to trigger people like this. Just do it. Do it. Do it just to do it so somebody will think about you and they'll be hating on you. And as you're eating a delicious meal, just smile and nod and be like, yeah, I did it and I'll do it again.
He is a danger to America. Do they think he's making that up? Do they just so care about their 3% tax cut? What is it? And I challenge people and I say, you do understand that he will turn on this country and he will turn us into Hungary. Do you not understand the freedoms that started?
Turn us into Hungary? That's a big step there, Donnie boy. We're going to become, hey, don't worry. Don't worry, folks. Commissar Hans will be nice to all of you. This is Commissar Hans from the political police. Surrender. This is called projecting. This is called fear. CNN does it. MSNBC does it. These are weak-minded people. Listen, liberals, I love you. I'm going to give you my favorite Logan Roy quote. I love you, but you are not serious people.
As you brought it up, it started with Roe v. Wade. It will continue. It will continue by putting his enemies in jail. It will continue on having unfree media. Are there people around this table that are really worried? Rev, are you worried going forward that you're on a list if Donald Trump is elected? Yes or no?
Al Sharpton's only there to collect a check, man. He doesn't give a damn. Hey, folks. Hey, listen. If Trump gets elected, right? I don't know what's going to happen, and I really don't care. But are you worried that somebody's going to be knocking at your door saying, hey, you go directly to jail? Type 1 for, oh, yes, I am worried. This is a very serious election, kid. I type 2, man, F off, man. Ain't no one knocking on my freaking door. And does anybody care if anything happens at MSNBC? You know, here. That's a better question. Do any of you really, you know what? I'm going to ask, does anybody really care what happens at MSNBC or CNN? Type 1 for, yes, kid, we do care. These are authoritative sources that we trust to give us the news. Type 2, man, no, I don't. I wonder how many 2s are going to show up in the chat. I wonder, the Wonder Bread, I wonder. I'm in such a good mood today, man. I woke up. It's a beautiful day. It's a cold day here. But I'm in such a good mood.
I'm convinced I'll be on the list.
I am too.
I don't know how we're not going to be.
And think about that. This is America. This is the United States of America. And people in the media, like the Rev, have to be concerned that they may be on a list. I have people saying to me, Donnie, are you worried? This is America. And yet people will still give permission to vote for Donald Trump. What's wrong with us?
This is America, man. I thought this was America. I thought we were in America. Is this America? I thought this was America. Listen, liberals, I know you're living out your fantasy because I saw you guys play it out in real time during the Trump years. All right, 2016 through 2020. You think me and Daniel are ever going to let you guys forget that? We're going to form up downtown Chicago, and then we're going to do a whole fest protest in front of Trump Tower. Every time, all the time. You guys were LARPing, and as soon as Trump came into office, or Biden came into office, sorry about that, you guys were nowhere to be seen. Hey, where are you? Where'd you go? Pink pussy hats. Where were you? Hey, you guys said you were going to protest if anything happened to Roe v. Wade for days upon days. And y'all didn't do that. Where's the anti-war movement at? Y'all ain't there. There's only a handful of people really dedicated to being real protesters and activists, right? Being serious about it and calling out the hypocrisy of the Democrats. CNN, MSNBC. Your days are numbered, but not because of Trump. No. It's because people don't want to tune in to listen to your propaganda. That's why you're going to be put on a list. A list to be fired.
I guess this isn't such an awful place. Is that what you want me to say? You prove it's possible to sleep for days and to still think you're right here awake. The cost of living isn't much to make, but God, it's so hard to save. And when they told you everything was safe, were you safe? Were you safe? Were you safe? Were you safe? I guess this isn't such an awful place. Is that what you want me to say? You prove it's possible to sleep for days and to still think you're right here awake. The cost of living isn't much to make, but God, it's so hard to say. And when they told you everything was safe, were you safe? Were you safe? Were you safe? Were you safe?
Fresh off the masses, the brand new cancerous growth, who has come here to vie for your vote. Come here to cry at the camps and to mourn at the shore for the bodies that float by the wreck of an immigrant boat. Then it's back to their luxury home, couple security booths and a moat. Couple cigars, little escargot, little booze and a soak. Just breathe in the steam and the smoke. Pink salt, lavender, candles are low. Shit, when you do what you do, gotta lighten the load. And he got a life of his own that's a sight to behold. And it's a lot to control, to decipher the code, or to siphon the soul. The cost of a good night's sleep for the working elite is a bargain, no matter the toll. Worth any wager, and that comes straight from the mouth of the means to the goal that will swallow us whole. Right for the picking if you don't mind mold, and you know I don't. Maybe we're pleasantly prone, maybe we're taking a licking, compliantly ticking and ticking and ticking, but never explode. No, I don't deliver the prettiest image, but damn if it isn't an accurate vision of natural fission, of rage at the system and abject heartbreak, patiently waiting for any who will listen. That little blue bird who was watching your words is a federal carrier pigeon, a Langley first. It's a patient observer who hears what it wants and is trained for the worst. Oh, you got nothing to hide. They'll be the ones to decide that after they root through your purse, after they read all your text, after they raid your apartment, confiscate all of its contents, then conjure up evidence out of the air on a wing and a prayer and malicious intelligence nonsense. Any presumption of innocence long since gone, right along with your comforts and constants. Historically first they will come for the communists. So why in the fuck would I say I'm a communist? Well, it might be I love my community more than the monsters of opulence who are holding us hostage, who are vomiting promises. Might be I'm all done seeing our pensions and benefits harvested. Might be I'm all done watching the populace being disarmed in the guise of an armistice. Watching a woman collapse on the floor who will rise no more. She's wheeled out the door and you're next in line for the pharmacist. If you can get me to vote, it's a hard no confidence. But part of the charm of deception is politics wearing the mask of incompetence. It's all in the art of austerity, darling. It's all in the slide of the providence. Until home is as wide as your cubicle height and is only as deep as your coffin is. Maybe I'm miles away from impatience, aching to break off the head of the snake where the capital lust, reptile brain, and the margin of profit is. Like off with his. Like off with his.
I guess this isn't such an awful place. Is that what you want me to say? You prove it's possible to sleep for days and to still think you're right here awake. The cost of living isn't much to make, but God, it's so hard to save. And when they told you everything was safe, were you safe?